Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people. Welcome to the Odds Couple, everybody. It is week 23 of the large program. We are with you today. We got a lot of stuff to cover today here on the show. We will talk a little NFL. Of course, it's a week off, unless you're counting the Pro Bowl, which we will talk about those activities. We will talk a little Super Bowl. We will talk a little NFC, AFC championship. Also, some college football things, some lines, some futures on college football that we'll discuss. And then we got our top five. I think a very interesting top five today. Top five NFL helmets today. Top five NFL helmets today in honor of the Pro Bowl. Fish Nuggets. We got Fish Nuggets, and then we got free picks before we get out of here today as well. I'm Rob Fisher, Lang Whitaker alongside. Hello, Lang.
Hey, Rob. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm good. You told me you had one of the best meals of your life.
Of my life.
In New York.
Yeah.
I had a really good meal recently, not far from here. There's a restaurant. It's new, relatively new. It's been here about a year, called Jem, Jem. Have you guys heard of this?
I've heard of this.
Yeah,
place.
it's in the.
Have you seen it? Have you heard about this?
The Edge District, I believe it's called, right around the corner from here. But you guys will enjoy this part of the story. Had dinner with some friends, had a great meal, talked afterwards, sitting, had a long conversation, some drinks. At the end of the meal, the guy brought the waiter brought the bill, and we split it. The two couples split it. He hands one to the other guy, and to me, he hands it to me. He goes, "By the way, big fan of the Odds Couple."
Yeah, shout out.
Like that.
So,
How about that?
So go visit Jim.
It's what I like to hear. It's what I like
shout
to
out.
see.
Very nice. Roser, how you doing, man?
I'm great. How are you doing?
I'm doing very well.
good. That's great.
Studio.
It's what?
It's
Heat-
hot.
the heat-
Dude,
on
it's
today.
been hot in here. Yeah, it's been hot.
Yeah,
in here.
why?
I gotta look at that temp. I meant to look at that temp.
Temp it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to check that temp. Roser, good? Everything good? A good weekend? Good week so far?
Yeah, just trying to ask Grok to come up with an image for me right now.
What are you asking for?
I put out my little, I
Something
do my
with
little
Justin
game
Tucker?
preview every day, like
yeah.
for the Grizzlies. Like typically, it's for home games. It's Grizzlies versus this tonight. Then a brief little, maybe one sentence about this thing, one thing about this thing that's happened between these two teams this season, and then a goofy picture.
Yeah. So you're looking for one for tonight's game?
Perfect. I found it.
just be
Here we
careful.
go. No. It's Grizzlies Rockets. Look at that. It's a bear on a rocket.
It's a bear humping a rocket.
Can't wait to see
bear on
that.
a
Check that
rocket.
out. That's at John Roser, right?
Yeah.
At John underscore
Roser,
Yeah,
that's right.
apparently at John Roser is taken. I didn't know there was another person named that, but
At John underscore Roser, and that's Jon.
Jon. Yeah,
I'm
Jon.
gonna look up who John.
CJ Hertz. Hello, sir. How are you?
I'm well. How's everybody? It sounds like everybody's good. Is that a rocket that the Bears riding, or is that something else between the
It's a
Bears?
rocket.
Are we sure?
It's not a red rocket either.
All right, that bear might be packing.
That bear might just be happy to see us.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Check that out. John
There's
underscore Roser.
there's at John Roser. It has 6 followers.
Oh,
It's never posted a tweet or anything else.
Yeah, they should just give me that.
They should.
But I paid Elon for my premium account already
Oh.
for this one, so.
oh, okay.
So why don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
I have not
Yeah.
done that. Have you done that, Lang?
no.
No.
Yeah.
CJ, CJ doesn't know what he's on.
I
He's on
pay-
all of them.
I pay Elon for other.
Are you on
things.
Blue Sky?
Your call.
I'm on the Sky. I'm on Macedon. I'm on
pay
Blue
him
Sky. I'm on what's
You're
what's-
on what?
Mastodon.
Macedon. Yes.
What is that?
I don't know.
It's a heavy
hopped
metal
on
band.
it.
You're on it.
I'm on it.
There you
I'm
go.
on it. I'm on the Instagram, Newcon Radicalness. Check it out. What's the one with the little ghost? The one that the kids use.
Snapchat?
I'm on the chat of the Snap.
TikTok?
I'm on the
You might not
Tick.
want to say you're on the one that the kids
I'm on
like,
the one that the
that's,
kids use,
like-
Roser, to send the pics they don't want their parents to find. I'm on that one, John Roser.
Is that what they're doing?
Yeah.
I just got a new
man.
phone and
It's like, I gotta get my kids on
I can't
Snapchat.
download TikTok. Like it's
Yeah, are you on Apple?
yeah.
I
Yeah,
thought
so-
TikTok was back though.
No, but it's not in Apple stores. So iPhone users, if they deleted the tickety-tockety,
Oh, you can't get
go
it.
to the Apple
I don't
store
want the
and
TikTok.
re-download.
I wanted the
It's a tough one.
CapCut. You know about the CapCut?
Yep.
So CapCut's a video editing software that TikTok owns, I guess. And it's actually what like our whole social media team here uses when they make little videos for social media. And I've had it on my phone. I enjoy it. It's easy to use, quick. I got a new phone this week, like I was telling you. and I can't download TikTok or CapCut, even though I guess Trump has allowed them back now, but you can't download them.
Yeah, because it's not in the store.
Apple's like, yo, we're not playing this game.
We're gonna find a buyer. There are a lot of buyers.
Find a buyer. So
a lot of buyers, a lot of potential buyers. I know many of these buyers. They're very, very wealthy people, very, very good people.
He is the press
People that
conference.
want to buy things.
The press conference was actually. Did you see his press conference about that?
He
was like they can't exist unless we say they can exist here in this country. So why shouldn't we make some money off it too? I have 2 words you've never heard before: joint venture.
He did not say you've never heard joint venture.
That's great.
That's
Oh
fantastic.
man, what a time!
All right,
be
good
alive.
stuff. Before we get into some football, we have some breaking gambling news.
We do,
today.
yeah.
Breaking gambling news in sports today. Miami Heat point guard
In the
Terry
NBA.
Rozier
We're going to talk about that.
is under
have to.
federal investigation as part of a wider government probe into a sports gambling ring. The investigation is centered around a game between the Hornets and the Pelicans back on March 23rd of 2023 that included unusual betting surrounding prop bets against Rozier's stats. Authorities believe some of the people involved in the Jonte Porter betting scandal, you remember he was banned by the NBA, but those involved may have had inside information that compelled them to bet against Rozier. Now, what happened was, in that game 2 years ago, Rozier played 9 minutes, 34 seconds. He finished with 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists, was not listed on the injury report before the game, but didn't play for them again afterwards. When he left the game, they said he was doubtful to return with right foot discomfort, and then he was done for the rest of the year. The Rozier has not been charged with a crime or accused of wrongdoing. The NBA was made aware of the situation at the time, but they found no violations.
Yeah, he might just have been not good that game,
Right.
Or he might have gotten hurt. We don't know. But there is a tweet that's been going around from that day where somebody says, "Oh man, all the books pulled Rozier lines. Then he got hurt mid-game. Somebody is about to have the time of his life." And a gambler said, "At least I was on it today. Got lucky. Inside info: Rozier leaving in the first or second quarter, depending on game flow and live line, so his unders would hit." Which,
Yeah,
may or
and
may not
there's-
be accurate. But if it
there's
is accurate,
well,
that's
there's
not great.
there's stuff from maybe an ex of his. Yeah. Selena Powell, apparently. That's what Devin Walker was telling us.
An
She
ex-girlfriend
tweeted something
somehow
about
said,
it.
yeah, she might have leaked some information, and
Yeah.
it's all a big mess.
We'll see. I think we got to wait. This does not seem as cut and dry as the Jonte Porter thing. Like, we'll see what happens.
I still can't believe Jonte Porter was the canary in the coal mine in all this.
What if,
like if one person's going to be the one, like it was going to be Jonte Porter,
right.
but whatever.
Which is great for the NBA, that it's someone
Yeah,
like
that it-
Jonte Porter.
Yeah, that it was just a guy who barely played.
Right.
But like, how is he going to be the one who's like? I mean, he's of all the people, they should be able to be like, he's the one who can say, "Hey, bet the under." I'm probably not going to play. If I
think
do
that-
play, I'm not good. Like I'm not going to score a lot of points.
I do think the one thing that will help from maybe like, these major sports leagues is that, when it's taught, these guys make so much money now that whatever any of these guys trying to fix games are trying to tell them, it's like, yo, I make more than what you're offering me. Here,
College too now.
Yeah, college too. It's like, yo, I make way more money than what you're offering. You're offering me like an extra, oh man, here's $25,000 for you. Like, dude, I make like $200,000 per game. Like,
And could be banned.
Yeah, right. It could just be
life.
banned for life
Yeah.
and lose my contract and everything. Like, you're not offering me
Enough to
No,
make it worth my while.
I've said it many times. I think, while there's a narrative out there of this is a huge problem in sports and it's only going to get worse, it's betting. Now betting's legal. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. Okay, again, we've had Jonte Porter and now this story, which,
Yeah. May or may
again,
not
we
be
don't
true.
we don't know what the situation is with
Yeah.
this. At least the NBA said they found no violations. The best thing about gambling because when gambling wasn't legalized, this was happening. This was happening illegally.
Yeah.
This was happening even for some books in Atlantic City or in Las Vegas. It was happening, and it was harder to regulate. Now that it's legal, it's easier to regulate. It's easy to find the culprits if there are culprits. It's easy to find guys who are tanking games because now there are so many avenues to be able to find them and to figure this out. And when lines move in situations like that, I think it's great for the game, that the game is going to be on the up and up. And if it's not, then those guys are going to be banned for life. But I'm with you, Roser. I'm not seeing anybody. Jimmy Butler and his $50 million contract next year is not throwing that away for a couple $100,000.
To the point we're talking about. The average NBA salary, total of everybody's salaries, however many players, average it all together. 24-25 season. The average NBA salary is $11.9 million. Like the guy who's trying to get you to shave points or do whatever.
We're going to put $12 million on the under.
Like there, because right, like it says, all you got to do is this and this during the game, and we're going to be like, what's the like? Because all these places also put limits on what you can bet. So like most of these places, like a random player's unders, like the max you're going to be over unders, the max you're going to be able to bet is probably like 10 grand on it. That's the most they're going to let you do usually. Yeah. Now limits will go up as you start hitting playoffs and finals. Those things go up just as they do with the NFL playoffs and the Super Bowl, especially those limits and what you're able to wager go up. But for the most part, especially like regular season games, and if you are betting that max number 10 grand on like a player's over under, that stuff's going to get flagged immediately.
Yeah,
like, wait, why is this much? Why did this big of a bet come in?
Well, supposedly that night, the Rozier stuff got flagged.
Yes.
It's like somebody saw a big bet come in and they're like, all right, this is weird. And
yeah,
it got flagged.
That's what happened in the college baseball thing that came out too, like a couple years ago. It's like, wait, why is this much money being bet on a college baseball game? Like, this makes no sense at all. And it was like in Iowa where the bet was made or something. It's like, wait, it was like an Alabama LSU baseball game that was being, the max was like 10 to 20 grand or whatever, and that's what got bet at a casino and a sports book in Iowa. And it's like, wait, what? Yeah. Like, that stuff gets flagged. So I think for the most part, I don't think it's going to be something you really have to deal with. Like, the people who will, they'll be idiots and they weed themselves out. But I don't think this is going to be something you have to worry about a massive star.
Yeah, I think gamblers like ourselves, CJ, when asked the question of is legalized gambling a problem in professional sports or even in college sports, my answer is always no. I don't think it is.
No, I don't see it as a problem either for the reasons
not bigger than it's been in the past.
That, in fact, I think it's smaller for reasons that y'all all laid out there. Now, collegiate athletes are getting paid, so it's hard for you to go up to, I don't know, a Vanderbilt starting quarterback and be like, hey, y'all are gonna get your asses kicked. So shave a couple of points, make sure it's an extra ass kick. Well, no, I'm making money over here. Yeah, the money you're trying to offer me isn't enough. And that actually happened where I forget who was a quarterback at Vanderbilt like 2 or 3 years ago on a podcast. Like, yeah, somebody approached me while I was hanging out on Broad or wherever the hell they hang out in Nashville and was like, yo, shave off some points for me. He's like, nah, I'm good on that. And professional athletes are making money hand over fist just from the salaries. You stop and think about what you could get in endorsements as well. Nobody's willing to like lay it all on the line for what basically amounts to as walking around money for professional athletes outside of Porter, who's like, I don't know what his deal was. I think it's better now because it's legal and you got mechanisms in place and oversight in place to make sure that everything is on the up and up from a player standpoint. You got to do the same thing with everything else. Refs, make sure. That's why we go through all of the trainings that we go through up here on the gambling front. Like, hey, don't tip anybody off. You never know. You send a tweet out about somebody walking around with a limp, and then everybody starts betting the under on that player prop. No, let's be mindful of that. Also, some of the books have taken away in college player props.
Yes.
To make sure that
there are none in Tennessee.
After that Porter incident, they were like, cool, just to not tempt them at all on their individual props, let's just do away with it.
Yeah.
Right? So I think all in all, it's a good thing that is legal and is helping to keep the shenanigans down. So.
Is it really, like, is basketball the only one you really have to worry about it so much in? Just thinking about it, like, an offensive lineman can't do anything.
I mean, in football, like a receiver could, like, easily. But a receiver could easily go under the reception.
There's fewer guys in football
you could drop the ball
than in basketball that could affect a game.
Yeah, I think so. And look, here's like you mentioned college. Dude, they're reportedly like Ohio State trying to keep Jeremiah Smith because there's another team that has offered him $4.5 million already, and it's like. again, like with a college kid, it's like you're not going to give that guy more than that, you know?
Yeah.
It's just.
All right, interesting stuff. Breaking gambling news today here on the Odds Couple.
I love gambling.
Let's take our first break. When we come back, we'll talk a little NFL as we get set for the Super Bowl coming up next Sunday and get set for the Pro Bowl. Lang's going to break that down.
Yep.
When we return here on the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Morant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
At the National Civil Rights Museum, history moves us forward. The question remains, how does history move you?
Keep on talking, marching up to freedom now.
Shinedown, Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Odds Couple, Chapter 6, Week 23 of the large program. Glad you're with us. Glad that I'm wearing Taylor Swift today for my Chiefs, who won the AFC Championship game over the Buffalo Bills. And go Chiefs. It was nice to be in New York when the Empire State Building was lit up red and gold.
How many Chiefs players do you think Taylor Swift could name? Besides Kelsey.
2.
Which one?
Mahomes.
Yeah. Do you think she could name 10 Chiefs players?
I'm going to say by now, for how long she's been
Yeah, that's
around
what I'm
them,
thinking.
yeah. I'm going to say, yeah.
20.
Maybe not 20, 10.
Definitely like Mahomes, Kelsey, like some of the skill position players.
And I don't know, like, if maybe
Andy
he's got
Reid.
friends on the team.
Yeah, like she's probably hung out with people.
Yeah,
like
or Kelsey, Kelsey has friends.
over
that
under
we don't know.
15.
I like that action. I'm going to hit the over.
I'll go under 15.
Rosa, what do you
Players she knows?
think?
By
Can
name.
name. Just can name, not knows. Just how many players can Taylor Swift name on the Chiefs? Over under 15.
I'd say over.
How deep is
She's
that?
been around him enough now.
I think so too. It's been
Yeah,
like
she's
2
been
years.
around. I mean, she can name all the starters. That's over. you get
Maybe.
over
I
15.
bet she doesn't know all the linemen.
She might know
don't think
last
they-
names. I don't know if she
You
knows
don't know if
everybody's
you
full
don't
name.
know if Travie is quizzing her.
That's true.
I don't think he's quizzing her, but he might just
Travie
like,
might be quizzing
he
her.
might just talk about, yeah, I was doing something, and Juju did this or that.
Hang
And,
on, Luke. Luke, for Instagram and TikTok. Let's see. Maybe this will be good for the commenters. Here we go.
Oh, no, Luke's not
We
doing
got-
the show today.
Darnell.
Yeah.
For the TikTok, for the Instagram, see if the commenters will answer the question. Is Travie quizzing Tay-Tay on the roster? Does she know all the players?
Let's just do the over/under.
15.
15.
We'll make it a half.
Yeah,
In case
15
it is 15.
and a half.
15 and a
Yeah.
half. I'll go under.
How are we gonna find out the
I don't
answer?
know.
Let's add. I'll tweet at her.
Yeah, just ask her.
Can you name 15
Is Travie
players on the
quizzing
Chiefs?
Tay-Tay?
Go.
All right. Let me see. Just yes or no. Yes, no.
Yes or no? Check.
You have to think,
Like
though.
for yes.
Retweet for no.
Retweet for no.
You have to think. at
gonna
some
tweet at her
point
now.
she's hung out with Travis Kelce at a work thing.
Yeah, but that, you know.
And-
But does she know their names?
And so I would assume, to Roser's point, she would know all of the tight ends because those are the people that Travis Kelce works with. She would know
Definitely
all of-
knows Noah Gray.
all of the quarterbacks, right? Because those are the ones
I
throwing
mean, she
in the ball
probably
in
knows the
practice.
coaches too, but I'm not. We're not. She knows Andy Reid, but we're not going to talk about him.
I would guess she'd know
Some of the receivers?
some of the linemen too, because
You
he's a
think
tight
is he
end.
closer to a lineman or a tight end?
Travis
I mean, a
Kelce's-
tight end or a receiver?
Travis Kelce's probably closer to a lineman.
Like, I think she could be at the game going, "Go Worthy," but doesn't know he's Xavier Worthy, or if he walked up,
Or his
know that
number.
would be him.
Oh, come
Yeah,
on.
but
She says she sees him. She says, "What's up, X?"
No.
She calls him X.
She probably does. Do girlfriends
She's like
and
on
wives
the
get
field
to,
after
do
these
girlfriends and
games
wives
and
get to
stuff.
get into the locker room.
Yeah, but like I
right.
don't know what half the Falcons players looks like without their helmets on. Like if I
You're
see their
not-
number
but you're not
and their,
there in the locker room with them.
she's not in the locker room either.
She kind of.
She
Most
sees
no.
them like,
When's
but
the
like
last
she
time,
goes
when's
to
the
like
last time
the.
you went to a Falcons work event, Lane?
That's the thing though. Like there, you're like at like I go to Grizzly work events. I go to my wife's work events. You don't see people like in their uniform with their number and their name, and you know you might get introduced. That's why they make people wear name tags at those things because like you don't know who people are.
Are there more people in this office you don't know their names, or you do know their names?
Don't know. Easy.
I think I
Easy.
know more.
Easy.
CJ's on the other side of that.
Easy.
I think I'm on the don't know.
Just
too.
what up, my guy? How you
I
doing,
know
man?
faces. I know all the faces
All the
in the
faces.
office.
I can
The
tell you.
names,
I can tell
man.
you where the face sits. I can absolutely tell you where the face sits.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know y'all names,
Yeah, no kidding.
but that's all right.
All right, the line has come out for the Super Bowl. What Super Bowl are we? 57?
Licks.
I thought it was 9.
59? Wow, okay, Super Bowl
So
59.
I got a tweet here. Hey Taylor, just wondering how many Chiefs players do you know? 15? Like for more, retweet for less. Thanks. Should I say no or could you name?
Are you tweeting to Taylor Swift?
Do you
that's gonna
personally know?
No, just could you name?
Could you name? How many could you
Hey,
name?
how
Yeah.
are we doing the name? Are we doing just number? Or are we doing like their picture? Because I think if you give her the picture, she can name.
I just want her to be able to say the names.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you show the picture and she'll give you the
Not
name.
even show the picture.
Or
Just
name 'em?
know the names.
Just
yeah.
no names. Oh, it's over 15. Over. Yeah.
Okay.
Can
So
you
how
name?
many did you say? 15?
I said, hey Taylor, just wondering how many Chiefs players could you name? 15? Like for more, retweet for less.
Should we make the number higher?
No.
I mean, y'all really
20?
like the over.
20
Sure,
maybe?
What about 20?
Okay, if you push it to 20, I don't know. I'm
I'm going to say 20. Like
I'm
for
gonna go
more,
over.
I'ma still
retweet
take
for
the
less.
over.
Is there an emoji of like the hand thing?
Yeah,
Like,
there is. There should be.
Let's throw that in there too.
Yeah, throw the little heart hands.
The little heart hands? Yeah.
Yeah,
that's-
there should be an
you gotta
emoji
do
with
that.
just the hands in there.
Yeah.
Throw some bracelets in there too. Isn't that her thing? Doesn't she like those?
Hey,
the
she's the
friendship
man.
bracelets.
Okay.
Told you in the
Yeah.
song. She's the man.
What
She'll
song?
get back to you.
She's got a song called The Man.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I got a big Taylor Swift playlist on my phone.
Really?
Nothing from that new album.
Bracelet's not in the thing.
That Tortured Dead Poet. Holy crap, that album sucks. But man, she's got her rest of her stuff. Man, Taylor Swift's got good songs.
Yeah. She's a
Wait, hold on, wait.
superstar.
The album that's winning all of the awards.
The
sucks?
Tortured Dead Poets
Yeah.
Society. I don't think it's winning all the awards. No, the last one did. The one Midnight's. Midnight's won a bunch.
Yeah.
But the Tortured Dead Poets, no, it's like freaking 3 hours long, and it's just, oh my gosh.
I just
It's,
tweeted
it's 3 hours of the same song.
I just tweeted, so let's see what happens.
All right, cool. See if she
She'll
gets
get back
to
to
you.
us before the end of the show.
Before the end of the show, probably? Yeah. Okay.
Because she might not know all 20, 21 players on the Chiefs. She knows the 4 members of the odds couple. Though.
That's right.
I
Right.
guarantee you that.
That's right, Tay-Tay.
I take it back what I just said.
Like for
Tay-Tay,
more,
if you're a
retweet
fan,
for less.
we love you too.
The Kansas City Chiefs are a 1.5-point favorite over the Philadelphia Eagles in the Super Bowl. Both of these teams are super hot heading into the Super Bowl. The Chiefs lost the last game of the season, but they didn't really play. And the Eagles were started the season 2-2. They are 12-1 since. Chiefs favored by 1.5, over under 49.5. First reaction to the line and the over under, anything?
None. I feel like that line's just like we don't know. Just it's just.
I'm laying the 1.5.
If that's the
Yeah.
case, Lane, do you think that line flips the closer we get? At
No.
some point, you don't think it?
It's just
it
Chiefs fans are
changes?
Chiefs fans.
Okay.
I'm laying the 1.5.
The NFL scared all of us into going against the Chiefs.
If you're
all
going to bet
season
the
long.
Eagles, just bet the money line.
Right.
Like, no, I say that and the Chiefs will win like 30-29, but I'd lay the points with the Chiefs. We talked about it on Monday. Like, I got no reason to believe they're going to lose until they lose. So until then, I'll just pick them.
Yeah. CJ, anything stand out when you saw it?
The over under, I think is right at where I would have it. I might have had it at 49, but I understand why you put the hook in there. That's going to be a tough one to pick for me, and I'm with you, Roser. The odds are so much better on just picking the Eagles to win outright, and if you can win outright, there's a good chance you win by 2 or 3 as opposed to just 1.
Right.
So I would just hop on that money line.
I'd actually probably do money line for either team. Minus 125
That's
is
not
not
bad.
bad
That's not
either.
bad.
Like
Yeah.
I'd just take money line for either team.
Yeah.
I want the Eagles to win, and I know you're not supposed to just bet on who you want to win, but I might just do it. Like,
Yeah.
screw it. Who cares?
It's fair.
It's the last bet of the fall football season,
Like,
and then we got spring
can I have
football.
fun, please, for
Yeah.
once? And I know the NFL and the refs are the fun. I sent you guys that video last night of the supercut from the championship game of all the calls that the Chiefs were getting their way. So
Right.
I know probably not to go for it. but
Hilarious, by the way.
Very disciplined team. Very disciplined team. Kansas City Chiefs. Just more disciplined than their opponents. Lang, we got the Pro Bowl action
Yes.
starting tonight. The festivities get underway this evening. What do we have to look forward to?
So tonight, this is written in such small print. I got to get out these reading glasses.
All right.
So tonight, there's actually the Skills Show is on ESPN. There's 6 different events. All right. Passing the test. Quarterbacks try to hit various targets worth different point values. Time is dictated. So at the same time they're throwing the ball and hitting targets, they have a teammate who's being asked trivia questions. And if the teammate gets the trivia questions correct, they get more time to throw the ball. Does that make sense?
Okay.
The players that are involved in this, I actually saw this list. The AFC, so Joe Burrow is going to be throwing the ball while Nico Collins has to answer trivia questions.
All right.
Drake
Goes a
May
Michigan grad.
and John
He's smart.
Smith, and then Russell Wilson and Myles Garrett for the AFC. NFC is Jared Goff and Josh Jacobs, Sam Darnold and Fred Warner,
Fred
and
Warner's
then
pretty smart.
Baker Mayfield and Mike Evans are doing it together.
Oh.
Then we have the satisfying catches presented by Snickers. The wide receiver, tight end, and cornerback are put through a timed catching obstacle course. So they got to catch all sorts of stuff. My phone dings. I can't turn it off. The contestants, Jamar Chase, Brock Bowers, Derek Stingley, Justin Jefferson, Trey McBride, Jalen Johnson. My favorite one might be the big spike. Have you heard of this one?
Yeah.
They have linemen, and they just have to spike a ball in the ground as hard as they can, and they're going to measure who can spike it the hardest.
Yeah.
We got a couple of offensive and defensive linemen. Let me find this. AFC, Rashawn Slater, Quinnen Williams, Joel Bitonio. NFC, Chris Lindstrom, Dexter Lawrence, and Frank Ragnow.
All right.
There's a relay race where and Joey Bosa's involved in this relay race. For a guy who's had hamstring issues, I don't know if I want him out there running in a relay race.
Who's his partner? Who
He's
are
on
his
a
partners?
team. Minka Fitzpatrick, Marvin Mims, Joey Bosa, Denzel Ward.
Ooh, that's a lot of black people. He's not happy.
There's a NFC has teams also. Let's see. Nick Bosa's on the NFC team with Kadero Hodge, Devin Witherspoon, and Kevontae Turpin.
Why didn't they give those dudes some
So
people
the
they wanted
Bosas
to
are
be
running
with?
against each other, basically.
Put the Bosas on the same team. Throw Mason Crosby out there. Give me another good white lineman. Throw somebody else out there with them. Let them
There's not
relay.
they're gonna, but instead of handing the baton,
Right.
they have to hand a football to each
Right. Okay.
other. There's helmet harmony. I don't know what that is.
They banging their
Game
heads against a
show
helmet.
test players' knowledge about their teammates. That sounds terrible. And then there's dodgeball.
That's fun.
Yeah, dodgeball. Like I was thinking about this actually. The AFC team is Jeffrey Simmons, Logan Cook, Ronnie Stanley, Chris Boswell, Joe Mixon. The NFC team. I don't know why Bijan Robinson's not in this. Like I was thinking about this. Like he would be incredible at dodgeball or at the flag football. They're playing actual flag football on Sunday. Like people can't touch Bijan Robinson in a real football game, much less in a flag. Like you'd think flag football would be even harder to grab that little flag off his belt. So, so tonight dodgeball is the final thing, and there's 4 teams. George Kittle's involved. Oh, Bijan is in the dodgeball. George Kittle's in the and Kyle Juszczyk is in there too. I saw there's a punting competition. I saw
That's on
McAfee.
Sunday, right?
Yeah, and they have to punt it into buckets. There's like buckets down the field, and they have to like punt it right into. You get points for like however close you are to the bucket. So, anybody into this?
I think the reaction from all of us, Lang, as you were going through those
Just
events, is basically that the Pro Bowl situation hasn't gotten much better.
That wasn't my reaction, but
No?
No.
I mean, did this interest you?
I mean, I'm going to lay the 110 with the NFC.
On what,
The
dodgeball?
precision passing.
Oh.
Precision passing. Let's get it going. I like that. That sounds good. Sounds like they got a lot of smart guys out there answering questions. I think Mike Evans is going to be able to extend the time Baker Mayfield has to hit some things.
Right.
Let's go. I like that lineup. Although that AFC one, Nico and Myles Garrett, pretty damn smart in their own
Although
right.
the NFC quarterbacks are Baker, Jared Goff, and Sam Darnold. Like
That's why you need somebody good at answering
true.
the
You
questions
better
to
give
give
them as
yourself
much time as
more
possible.
time. Yeah. This will all ride on how well the NFC does at answering the questions. Mike Evans is very sharp, a very cerebral route runner, a very cerebral man, and a wide receiver. I like the NFC laying the 110, minus 110.
Rose, your thoughts?
I don't care about it.
Do you want to see Nick Bosa do a sprint?
Not really.
I mean, I don't know if I'd want to even bet on it. I mean,
No,
it's
I would not
silly.
bet. I'm not bet on any of this stuff. I mean, I like seeing like if quarterbacks hit targets or whatever. But
Yeah.
like,
How about this NFC relay race? Malik Neighbors, Bobby Wagner, Jared Verse, Buda Baker.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
It's a pretty good team. Jameer Gibbs, Micah Parsons, J.C. Horn, Brian Branch.
Yeah, I don't care about that.
Nah, I don't think that. I think that team's getting dusted. That team's not gonna make it.
Sounds like it's a lot of events that you could do like during timeouts of a
it's-
basketball game.
It sounds
It's
like
field
field day.
day.
It
really is field
It's
day.
field day.
They should just go full out and have like an egg toss and a potato sack race.
Yeah.
Tie their legs together.
Stop kidding around.
Yeah, the
just
three-legged
go all
race.
field
Just
day.
do it. Screw it.
The standing long jump.
Yeah.
Hula hoops.
All right,
All that stuff.
let's take a break here on the program. When we come back, we're going to look at some of the props, the early props for the Super Bowl next week.
We've done the show for 30 minutes and haven't gotten to anything on the rundown somehow.
No, we haven't. And we'll have some fish nuggets.
Taylor Swift.
Love
Taylor
nuggets.
Swift has not responded, by the way.
And
Oh, good. Thanks. Appreciate that.
Not yet.
I'll let you know.
Not yet. All right, keep us posted.
Yet.
Take a break. We'll come back. More of the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
Let's face it, there's a lot of trash talk in basketball, but the great teams let their performance do the talking. Like Ford F-150 with Pro Power on board, a class-exclusive industry-first feature that turns your truck into a mobile generator and leaves the competition speechless. Ford F-150, official truck of the Grizzlies. Greatness starts here at your Mid-South Ford dealer. Class is full-size pickups under 8,500 pounds, GVWR.
Memphis Cat is back with his Heaven on Earth tour.
I tried to be incognito, but thanks to Shannon Sharp's loud mouth, the gig is up.
February 22nd in the FedEx Forum.
In my spare time, I infiltrate the Illuminati, look for their secrets, run back, tell y'all.
Don't miss this year's most talked about comedy icon live. He's back with brand new material, an unmatched wit, and an electrifying performance. Get tickets at Ticketmaster.com.
When it's all on the line, you turn to the strong, the stable, the unwavering. To those with a history of raising their performance to meet the moment. It's true in basketball. It's true in banking. Grizzlies Checking from Pinnacle. Play hard. Bank easy. Open a Grizzlies checking account with at least $100 and a recurring direct deposit by August 31st, and you could receive a $200 direct deposit bonus into your account. Details at grizzliesbanking.com. Member FDIC.
Thanks for showing up, Memphis. Nothing beats catching your Grizzlies IRL, and nobody knows that better than you. So next time you want to hit up a game, Ticketmaster's got your back with tickets to every upcoming matchup. Whether you're catching the Grizzlies at home or on the road, you'll find tickets at Ticketmaster, the official ticket marketplace of the Memphis Grizzlies and the NBA. Keep putting that jersey collection to use and get Grizzlies tickets today. There's no better brag than saying you saw it live. See you courtside again soon, Memphis.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Welcome back, everybody, to the Odds Couple. It is week 23 of the football season. We welcome you back to the large program. Big football game coming up next week with the Super Bowl. Super Bowl 59. Oh. No, Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Philadelphia Eagles. We'll get into it a lot more on Monday's episode of the Odds Couple and next Thursday on the program. We'll be talking a lot more about the lines and the trends and things of that nature. But today I wanted to look at a couple of props because some of them, the ones that came out right off the bat, like anytime touchdown score. It feels like Saquon has become so automatic that he's minus 190 to score a touchdown. That's unbelievable. Kelsey's still a good price that I like at 130. I like Xavier Worthy at 150 and A.J. Brown 175, right? Those are all pretty decent.
I don't like the Kelsey one. I think that we know and we've known for a while and just hadn't been able to stop it. But he's older now. He's lost a bit of a step. He was held completely in check. It didn't even seem like Patrick Mahomes was looking for him in the AFC title game. I think that the thought process when you play the Chiefs is, all right, we got to take something away. Let's go ahead and try and take Travis Kelce away. And because he's no longer the same type of athlete that he once was, still very good, but not elite, you can do that now. So I would think that the Eagles would focus on taking him away. I like the Xavier Worthy one a whole lot. I think that if the Chiefs are going to win this game, Xavier Worthy's going to have a big performance.
Why isn't Mahomes on there?
He is. I cut it off there though because everything else was like
he had
plus
2 rushing
500.
touchdowns last week.
Yeah,
and I know like he had rushed the ball something like 3 times in the last 3 years after getting hurt, but it seems like they're not afraid to use him as much anymore. Maybe he'd be a good value in this thing.
Well, you'd get a lot of money there because that was cut off, I guess, at plus 300. Yeah. So he was probably just below that. For the passing yards in this.
Well, I don't get to talk
go ahead,
about the
Roser.
props.
Oh, you seemed disgusted.
I like Kelsey.
You like Kelsey in this
I like
one.
Kelsey in this.
All right.
Reason why. I think this might be his last game. I think he may retire after this. After this season. There were rumors about it last year, too. But I think there's been stuff about them. They want to go for that 3rd in a row because it's never been done. I think Kelsey could retire after this year.
I don't think that'd be surprising.
Ride off into the sunset together.
Yeah. Join his brother on the
in a lavender
TV show.
haze. Bet you didn't know I knew that one.
Boy, that was a good pull there.
Yeah.
I liked it.
That's right.
Passing yards in the Super Bowl and Super Bowl 59. Jalen Hurts, 210.5. Mahomes, 251.5. Hurts in the NFC Championship game was just 191. So you're talking 20 more yards for Jalen Hurts, although he obliterated it. And Mahomes at 251.5.
I mean, Mahomes had under that against the Bills, and they're not even as good of a defense as the Eagles are. So I might take the under on that one.
On Mahomes?
Yeah.
What do you think of Jalen now? Because he certainly looked a lot different than what we expected.
I don't know. I really don't know what. I mean, I had him on for the under last week. I had him under 181, and he went way over that, 246. So I would. My instinct with him is always go under, but he was awesome last week against Washington.
Jalen,
but he didn't have Steve Spagnuolo.
Steve Spagnuolo.
He's gonna blitz you. You didn't have Spagnuolo dialing it up. You know, CJ, you asked the word torrid today. You were like, why is the word torrid only used in like 3 sayings?
Yeah.
Like, you only refer to like heat and an affair, and there was something else as being torrid.
Pace.
Yeah. Blitzes are always only referred to as dialing up.
Yeah. Well,
that's the thing. They don't call a blitz. They don't send the blitz. They dial it up. You only dial up the blitz.
You know, I never in the Super Bowl, I never want to bet
at all
on the anti-hero Patrick Mahomes.
He was working on that so long. He spent 60 seconds looking at his phone trying to find out.
Are you ready for it? That always seems to be the end game.
Wow.
Roser,
speaking of Taylor Swift songs,
you should probably, Roser, just like shake that off and do something
I feel
else.
like that kind of thinking just goes out of style also.
It's tough for me to shake. It hurts more now since I'm not 22.
Is the
They just keep coming.
is the shaking the reason for the teardrop on your guitar?
Is it
You know
true?
what, CJ? You're my mirror ball.
Is it true you wear short skirts and he wears t-shirts? Whatever it is.
Pause. All right. Easy there. Easy there.
Rushing yards.
2025, that would be acceptable.
See if you can think of any more.
I
whatever you
don't
want.
think it would be. I thought we passed some sort of legislation saying no, you can't do that anymore.
Maybe in Tennessee.
All right.
Roser, think of something for Isaiah Pacheco here. Rushing yards for the Chiefs and the Eagles. Saquon at the top with 112.5 is his over/under, and then you have to go all the way down to 45.5 for Kareem Hunt. Jalen Hurts at 40.5. Patrick Mahomes 28.5. Boy, that's high for Patrick Mahomes.
Pacheco, he did have an injury, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
You know, I think one could say he's delicate, but 21.5, that number's gorgeous. I might take that, get my winnings, and drive off in my getaway car.
Oh, my. They just don't stop.
Mahomes had 43 rushing yards against the Bills.
Yeah.
What was the number on there?
28.5.
So he like doubled that against the Bills.
And
Basically.
any of those stand out to you?
I like the overs for both of the quarterbacks. I think that if just thinking about
Passing
it
or
from
rushing?
just thinking about it from a defensive coordinator, head coach type of thing, hey, we got to do something. We got to take something away. That's going to allow these two quarterbacks to get downfield. Spags has been great dialing up the blitz lane. There, I did it again.
Yep.
But Jalen Hurts has the ability to make plays with his legs. And Patrick Mahomes, you're so worried about him pushing the ball down the field. I'd imagine a bit of like cover two shell coverage, people being back away from the line of scrimmage. I think Patrick Mahomes breaks off a couple of 12, 15-yard runs in this game, and that will get you the over the 28.5.
Yeah. All right. And then the receiving yards, Kelsey's at the top at just 61. Or no, A.J. Brown actually is at the top at 69.5. Kelsey at 61.5. Xavier Worthy, 52.5. Devontae Smith, 51.5. Marquise Brown, 39.5. Kelsey last week was 70. Do you like Kelsey there too, Roser?
Yeah, I'd take all the Kelsey overs. It didn't work last week, but it's like the first playoff game ever
That's
it
the
didn't
thing.
work.
I mean,
so like, I'd go right back to it.
That's the thing, CJ. You're talking about, and you're right. We've seen it the last 2 years. Kelsey's getting old, and I think Roser's right as far as this could possibly be his last game. But there's still something about playoff Kelsey and Mahomes, right? I mean, last week was the aberration. I mean, that was unbelievable what didn't happen with those two last week. But it's still, I did the week before.
He's usually the one that Mahomes throws to the most. And if he hits, and if the unders hit, then he'll be in exile.
Listen, man, I don't.
Roser, if you
don't
keep this
know.
up, there's going to be bad blood.
Oh my God. You took it from me.
Well, this is why we can't have nice things.
Oh, God. Fish
Oh,
nuggets?
God, you told him to do it also.
I know,
you don't
I
get to be
didn't- I
incredulous
know,
as
I
he's
know.
doing this.
Yeah, y'all
That
didn't
was
think
a
I knew.
mistake.
Y'all didn't think I.
I'm going to make you have tears on your guitar.
Tears on your guitar. That's
I knew my
right.
Tay-Tay.
Let's get to some fish nuggets.
She hasn't responded to my tweet.
She
by the
hasn't
way.
responded
No.
yet? No? All right.
Probably napping.
Patrick Mahomes of the Kansas City Chiefs has the highest win percentage in one-score games all time among QBs that have played in 50 or more games. He has a 72% winning percentage in those games, one-score games. Tom Brady had 67, as did Peyton Manning, 67%. They're the top three all time.
If the Chiefs win this and it's their third in a row, and Kelsey does retire, and you know how salary cap things happen. Eventually, these teams you can't afford everybody. Is this the last great American dynasty?
I don't know, but I'm sitting next to a tortured poet. You're making this a cruel summer.
My goodness.
Now you got Lane doing it.
Patrick Mahomes.
I think he knows.
Patrick, this
You
is
need to calm
unbelievable.
down.
Patrick Mahomes has an
Epic.
NFL
Nobody, no
record
crime.
of 6 straight seasons with multiple playoff wins. The next closest player has 3. Wow. It's pretty impressive. The Chiefs are also the first ever team to reach 5 Super Bowls in a 6-season span. Jalen Hurts is the first quarterback to lose his Super Bowl debut and then reach another Super Bowl since Jim Kelly in 1990.
Yep. I don't think there's been a quarterback to lose their first Super Bowl and then win one. I feel like we threw that stat out like last year. Well, once you lose the first one, you don't
You're
get
screwed.
You don't get back.
Well, you get
John
you get
Elway.
back. You get back Elway maybe.
Elway did.
Elway did. So maybe it's one. I'll double check that.
All right. Jalen Hurts also has the most rushing touchdowns by a quarterback in the playoffs in NFL history with 9. He did it in 8 games. Steve Young, who held the previous record, took 22 games. Wow. I wouldn't have thought Jalen Hurts would be that guy.
No.
I mean,
Have that record.
it's all from he's actually had some long touchdown runs in the playoffs. He had that 40-something yarder. He had another long one, yeah.
And the final nugget today, Saquon Barkley, his birthday is on Super Bowl Sunday.
Hey.
Yeah, Saquon Barkley celebrating his birthday on Super Bowl Sunday and possibly a Super Bowl MVP. And I'd have to look. I don't remember the last time a running back was a Super Bowl MVP. Can you check that out for me, Lang, real quick?
Terrell Davis, 1997, I think.
That's been a minute.
I think it was Davis, one of those Broncos Super Bowls. But it's him. I just don't remember which year.
I think you're right.
Okay.
Super Bowl MVPs. It's backwards, this list. The last running back was, it's been lots of quarterbacks and wide receivers. Terrell Davis was Super Bowl 32.
27 years ago?
2-2. 157 yards, 3 touchdowns. Before that, Emmitt Smith. And before that, Otis Anderson, New York Giants.
Juice.
Yeah.
Wow, how about that?
Roser, you're right. It's only been, if Jalen Hurts wins, he'll be the 4th quarterback to lose his first Super Bowl and still win one.
All right. There you go. There you have it. Nuggets for you here on this Thursday afternoon. Let's take a break. When we come back, we got our top 5, and then we got free picks. We don't have our 5 picks today because there's no weekend game. But we do have free picks that we'll give you as we leave you here today, and maybe more song titles from Taylor Swift before we leave. You got anything going to break, Roser?
No.
No.
Not right now.
I was hoping you'd
Look
have
what you
one.
made him do.
Yeah, I'm sorry. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back.
I almost do.
Wrap up the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
Grizzlies fans know it's the team that gives you the edge. Big River Steel does too. And much like the Grizzlies have recruited legendary talent, we want you to be part of our team. Are you ready to be part of something legendary? Then visit www.bigriversteel.com. That's www.bigriversteel.com.
Our fans have a huge impact on our ability to play to the level that we're striving for.
Drop off, Morant. Oh! Well, you wanted home crowd involvement.
I love those moments where you see our guys engaging in the fans and the fans just get pumped up.
They are standing in FedEx Forum.
I would hate to be on the other side with the opposition when FedEx Forum's rolling. That's such an unbelievable relationship that our group has with our fans.
At the National Civil Rights Museum, history moves us forward. The question remains, how does history move you?
Keep on talking, marching up to freedom now.
Shinedown. Dance Kid Dance Tour. Live in Memphis. FedEx Forum, Saturday, August 30th. With special guests, Bush and Morgan Wade. Get tickets now at livenation.com. Shinedown, live in concert. For more, visit shinedown.com.
Welcome back to the Odds Couple on YouTube at Grind City Media and the official Grind City Media app. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hey, this is the Odds Couple on this Thursday edition of the large program. We will be back on Monday at 2 o'clock. Super Bowl week on Monday. Get started.
I thought you were going to say we'll be back in about 6 hours for the Grizzlies game tonight.
We will be back in about 6 hours.
We
later
will
this game.
be
That's right.
back,
Yeah,
yes.
so looking forward to that. We got free picks coming up here in a moment.
Free picks.
And before we get to that, however, it's time for our top five. Our top five. And today's top five is the top five in honor of the Pro Bowl, I thought, you know, with everybody being represented. Top five helmets in the NFL. Top five helmets in the NFL. I'll go ahead and start. The number one helmet in all of the NFL is the Arizona Cardinals. And it's not even close. If the Cardinals aren't on your list is completely wrong.
Why?
The just the solid white with no stripe down the middle
Are you a
and
fan
that
of Woody
angry
Woodpecker?
bird on the side. It's just a beautiful helmet. Beautiful. number two, the Los Angeles Rams. I think the horns are just classic.
They
and
know.
it's a great helmet.
Like I know y'all both have.
You want the white and blue?
No, they ruined the Ram thing.
Why?
It's the new style where it's like cut off a little. It's not the old school. Go to the old school.
I like the old blue and white the best.
The
but
old school Ram, where it's totally the horns
Horned?
hooked.
Yeah.
It's totally horned. They went away from it. They ruined it.
number three,
They California'd it.
I love the Commanders' uniforms. I love their helmets. I think they look very classic with being very fresh. Love them. Especially the black. I think it's awesome. Chiefs, I mean, the arrowhead with the KC, it's beautiful, and it's a beautiful red color.
It's ugly as
and then the
hell.
Cowboys. The star is just, America's team. So put the
That's
Cowboys at number
what's one
five.
of the worst lists I've ever seen in my
That's
life.
the best list. And if you
I
don't have the
think it's
Cardinals, your
possible.
list is
I don't think
wrong.
it's possible to
Wrong.
make a worse list.
All right, Lang.
All right. So I got a better list. My list is correct. I got the Chargers number one. I mean the Rams number one because you get the Rams like their
But
helmets
they don't anymore.
look like
It's
a Ram.
like cut in
It
half.
looks like a
it's
Ram.
not
It's a little more
totally
stylish, a little
horned and
different. They
hooked.
got to get the LA in there too, but it's still cool. I mean the Vikings. How cool is that?
The
You get like
Vikings helmet is cool.
You get a horn on either side of the helmet, just a purple helmet with a horn on either side of it,
Viking horn.
like the Vikings used to wear.
Is that
right?
what that is?
Yes.
And then
Did
get
you
the-
really not know that that's what that was?
What do you think it was?
I don't know.
It's okay. I've been using a MacBook
Look
for a
kinda
decade,
weird.
and I just found out last week that 2 fingers,
can
right
scroll,
click.
yeah.
It's amazing.
Out.
What you can do with two fingers.
There's a bunch of stuff. The Eagles, you got to have the Eagles because you get the wings on the helmets, cool. And the Bengals, like I think the stripes. As a kid, that was always one of my favorite ones. And then Chargers, I just went with Chargers because just the lightning look. And the Chargers helmets when they're the baby blue, also I think is the best color combination in the NFL. But that's the correct list. CJ, who'd you have on your list?
Eagles won. I went away from because a lot of these logos, Rob, and you had like 4 of them on there with yours, is just a circle with something in there, right?
Yeah.
So the Cardinals is just a circle with a cardinal.
There ain't no
The
circle.
Cowboys is just a circle
We're not
with a
talking
star.
about logos, we're talking about the helmet.
Well, I'm talking about the helmet, right? On the helmet is just a circle with that thing there. So I want a little bit more flair, pizzazz, a little bit more going on. I like wings on helmets. Give me Eagles 1. I'm pro horn. You can call me horny if you want to. So give me the Rams with their horns. Give me the Vikings with their horns. I love the Bengals stripes. That's incredible as well. So Bengals 4, and then the dolphin on the side of the helmet flapping about in the sun is pretty cool. Also.
Yeah, it's
So
a
that's
wimpy
5.
dolphin. No, the old dolphin.
I
is
actually
better.
don't mind the Dolphin. I think the Dolphins, the old school one is better, but
Yeah,
yeah.
The old school of a lot of these.
The
is
Dolphin with
better.
the helmet on
Yeah,
it is,
Dolphin with the helmet is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Roser.
I knew all too well that y'all were gonna 10-minute Taylor version. I knew all too well y'all were gonna have the Rams in there, but I wasn't. Number 1 is the freaking Raiders.
Oh.
The Raiders, it's just the silver helmet, the patch, it is just freaking awesome. The Raiders helmet, Raiders have the best uniforms, just hands down in the NFL. I'll go with the Chargers. The Bolt of Lightning is amazing. Cowboys 3, Bengals 4, Vikings 5.
Right.
There you
No
go.
Niners.
The Cardinals are nowhere in sight.
They should be on your list.
And neither are those Chiefs, even though it is red.
All right, time for free picks.
I got nothing.
You got anything like?
No.
Give me something on the Pro Bowl.
NFC to win the spike contest.
The spike contest,
Yeah.
NFC.
Yeah, NFC.
All right, NFC to win the spike contest. I got a couple of picks that I'll throw out there.
You always do.
I got a couple of college basketball ones. We're going South Alabama minus 15 against Louisiana Monroe. That would be the play of the day. South Alabama minus 15 against Louisiana Monroe. We're also taking Penn State minus the 2.5 against Ohio State tonight, and Illinois minus the 4.5 at Nebraska. And on the ice, how about the Minnesota Wild, the underdog in Montreal against the Canadiens? So we'll take Minnesota Wild in that one.
By the way,
plus money.
I saw they lost Kaprizov. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's out. He's a good young player.
Yeah.
Saw that.
By the
It's a tough
way,
loss.
the chat points out nobody mentioned the Seahawks helmets, I think.
Yeah, they suck.
What about the Texans? Those are kind of cool.
They're not bad. I like the
Oilers
Texans.
helmets.
What team has the ugliest helmet? The Browns?
The Seahawks.
Pretty bad.
Panthers is pretty bad.
No, Panthers are fine. It's just a Panther. The Seahawks. I mean, I don't know. The Commanders
Patriots?
are pretty high up there, and you had them on your top 5.
What?
The Commanders are.
Yeah.
No.
Lions, maybe.
I also just
like the
Taylor
Packers
Swift
and
is-
Bears and Steelers and like Niners, like those are just too classic to hate.
Right, and say they're bad.
Packers.
You know, if the Giants would go back to the Giants, saying Giants on the side of the helmet, that'd be way
How
better.
about the Packers stealing the University of Georgia look?
The Ravens are blah.
I'd say the Giants, the Jets suck. Jaguars suck too.
The Jets have a little jet in their J, though.
Yeah.
The Ravens are blah. Like, I mean, it's.
Taylor Swift has not responded, but I did text a friend of mine who's the biggest Swiftie that I know,
Right.
who goes to all the concerts and everything. I asked her, I was like, hey, 20 over under, how many players on the Chiefs do you think she'll know? And I got a response, all caps, all of them.
Oh, jeez.
Oh, wow.
She's a lady of the people.
All right. CJ, you got a pick?
I don't have a pick, but I got something for you guys just to keep
Workplace
in
Lake.
mind all day, every day. Worst men's basketball teams against the spread. These are the 5 worst Power 4 men's basketball teams against the spread. Miami is the worst, 5-16. Arkansas 5-15. Oklahoma State 6-14 against the spread. Minnesota 6-13-2 against the spread. North Carolina State 7-13 against the spread. So fade season is upon us, men. Go ahead and find those games and start fading those teams. Make yourself some money.
You see the guy from Duke throw up on the court the other night and
Incredible.
the NC State player stepped in it?
Oh.
During the game.
All right. Rose, you got a free pick for me?
What are the Tigers favored by tonight?
Oh, that's right. Tigers favored by 6.
Well,
Favored by
Memphis.
6.
Yeah.
I'm not
Memphis
touching it.
is.
Oh, I'm taking Memphis
Tulane's been
tonight.
tough though.
Tigers have been good on the road covering.
And it's been
Really? Because I'm pretty sure they lost to Temple their last road game.
Well, not the last one,
the
Rose.
Tigers always struggle in New Orleans. They have trouble in New Orleans.
They do.
Memphis 10-10 against the spread, and also over unders 10-10.
Oh,
I
how
mean,
about
Memphis against Tulane, especially on the road for the Tigers, death by 1,000
Brutal.
cuts.
that? I'm taking the Tigers tonight. Go Tigers, go. Has Taylor responded?
Nope.
No. All right, we'll keep you posted on that as well. We'll be back with you on Monday here on The Odds Couple at 2 o'clock live.
And hopefully outside we'll have daylight.
We'll have daylight, yes. It'll be Super Bowl week. We'll get into the Super Bowl next week. We'll be back Monday and Thursday at 2 o'clock. So make sure you join us then. For CJ, for Roser, for Lang, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us here on The Odds Couple. Keep it here on Grind City Media.